Making the decision to move into assisted living can be difficult, and our expert says there are 3 mistakes to avoid when you or your parents are moving into assisted living. Now, good morning, Thomesa Lydon. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so you do say there are 3 things that you should avoid when you are moving into these communities, right?
Yes, there are over 100 million baby boomers and seniors in the
Wow.
country today, and many of them are considering making a move themselves, or they're getting ready to move their parents into assisted living communities.
Okay.
And it's really, really important. I strongly feel that seniors need to be moved in dignity,
Okay.
and they deserve a lot of honor and respect.
Okay.
So 3 mistakes that you want to start out to avoid is basically to associate it. I've named them.
Okay.
The first one I call the Confucius.
Okay.
Confucius said, never do without a plan. And that one hit home to me the hardest. I had to move my folks, and we didn't have a plan.
No plan.
The biggest regret is that I had to make decisions regarding their personal belongings.
Right.
So that's a big one to avoid.
And were they receptive? Were they okay? Yeah, I agree. It's time, or were they not really wanting
No, they go
to?
fighting and kicking.
They did.
A
Okay.
lot. They eventually change their minds because once they get there, they realize they're in safer, more social environments.
Okay.
So it's okay after it happens, but when you're going through that, it's pretty tough.
Right.
So the second mistake I call the Macaulay Culkin, and that is, the child from Home Alone, the
Right.
kid from Home Alone. Never ever do it alone. You can't. You need a team of professionals.
Okay.
It's a very daunting task. It's a tough time in kids' lives and their parents, and you just want to have all the help you can. There are, across the nation, senior move managers that help families facilitate all of this to make that move simple.
Okay. So you mean hire movers? Don't do it alone in that aspect.
Well, yes, and hire a manager that oversees all of the aspects from sorting, packing, unpacking, the whole process of it. The third mistake I call a Winston Churchill. Now, Winston Churchill, we all know, is an optimist in the face of adversity. And his famous short speech, never, never, never give up, we can apply that to now. You can't give up now because your kids are feeling like you need to move to a safer environment. You do not want to feel like you're being put out to pasture. This is the next living chapter of your life, and you need to embrace it. And you just need to move forward with a positive frame of mind.
Right. And I have a friend, his grandma was moving in, and he called it the old folks dorms. It kind of was like college, it was kind of like this cool community. They're all together and lots of really cool activities to do for them, right?
And it can be. And people, once my parents got moved in and settled, they were wondering why they hadn't done it years earlier.
Right.
Because they are in a social environment. It does make a lot of sense.
Okay.
So because I've moved my parents from independent living to assisted living, and most recently my mother to a memory care for Alzheimer's, I just feel that it's important that the viewers know and understand that you need a plan.
Okay. So if you had to do it over again, you would, 20 years ago would say, Mom and Dad, what would you like for your future when it comes to that point that, I need some help?
Exactly.
That's what you need to be asking.
And first of all, you need to prepare in advance. You need a checklist. You need to make it now, and you need to check it often.
Okay.
And update it often, because things change in the time that you start to the time that you actually make the transition. Okay. And so the next thing is probably to let your vision be known and your desires. And I don't mean your last will and testament at all. It's just basically what you see for your life in the future. Make a vision board and share it with your family members so they kind of know what you see for yourself and they can help you attain it. And the next thing is to acknowledge the safety. There is a lot of safety hazards out there that you just need to avoid, and you need to know that they exist. So I say caution, 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 because they lurk in every corner, and your environment is most important to your child, knowing that you're home alone and you could be unsafe. So that's very important. And the most important to me, and this is no matter where you live, you should never, ever, ever give up your youthful mind and your heart.
Okay.
Because no matter where you live, you've got to have youthful minds over aging matters.
Thomesa, thank you so much for these tips. Where can our viewers go for even more information?
You can go to my website, seniormovehelp.com, and on there, on the contact page, there are some downloads for downsizing tips, some safety tips, and different things like that. So help yourself to the downloads. And I look forward to helping the local people find the local senior move managers that are here because they are across the country.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.